Well, hello, good morning, welcome back to the channel. I've not got my little wind muff on this morning, so it might be a bit windy, but yeah, we've made it to the truck. We're just out doing our pre-trip. We've got a few storms rolling through at the minute. We just, I need to full screen wash up today, don't I? That'll probably help. Yeah, we had tornado warnings last night going off around our area. Really big storm moving through. Making sure everything is good this morning. I checked the oil when I first got to the truck. Yeah, it's still not moved. It's still the same as it was when we first got the truck. So, yeah, so we can't argue with that. I'll need to phone up today or tomorrow probably to find out about what they want to do about the service on it and when they want to do that, because it's about 5,000 mile off at the minute, so it's probably due next week, to be fair. But we'll keep an eye on it, and yeah, we'll see how it falls. But yeah, we're heading to Martinsburg this morning. We've got the load on already, so it's literally just throwing my stuff in the truck, checking the trailer over, which we checked on Friday properly, so we know we're good. And yeah, we can just get on with it. Your indicators working, away for the brake lights to come on. We've still got seal on. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm going to unload it today or not. Yeah, it's these new trailers every time, isn't it? Oh, there we go. I didn't think my torch were on properly. I didn't think it was that bright. Yeah, we'll have a think about it. There's a Loves that's not too far. It's a couple mile out of the way, but it's not horrendously bad. It's probably 5 mile back up the road, up the check the pin's still in. It is. Yeah, it's probably about 5 mile back up the road the way from what do you call it, from the job. So yeah, we'll probably do that, but we'll see. I'll have a word with him later on when we get on the road a bit, and we'll go find out from there. But yeah, let's get in the truck and yeah, let's get on our way. Just on the I-280, we're 5 mile away from the toll to get onto the I-80, and we're on that for quite a while today again. Yeah, just phoned my driver manager and said we're going to drop it in there today. We can be down there for like 3 o'clock, so if we drop it in there and just get an empty on and park up, we've got load off, we've got an empty on for morning, we get a load through and we can just straight on it tomorrow, can't we? So, you know, we might be parked up by 4 o'clock still, but like I say, at least we've done the job today. We've got it off, they've got it, we can't be late in the morning. And you know, if we get a load through and it's an hour or two away to pick up, you know, we can run that way a little bit and find somewhere decent to park, and then, you know, we're laughing. But yeah, we're just 402 miles away currently. It's very windy out on the roads. It's blowing us all over the place. But not to worry. I think when we get on the 80, I think we're sort of heading with the wind behind us a bit, so it shouldn't be horrendously bad. You know, we've been in worse, and luckily we've got a little bit of weight on, about 10,000 pounds, so it's not heavy, but at least it's not an empty container, you know. I think it's sort of up to the walls in like racking or something like that, because it's not, the walls aren't flexing as much. So but yeah, that's the plan at the minute. Get it off today, well, get it dropped today, pick up an empty, and yeah, crack on. But that's if they have an empty down there. We might be live tipping, I don't know. We'll find out when we get down there, won't we? But yeah, let's get on the toll road, then we can get up to Flat Out then and see where we end up. Okay, so we're just parked up on a 30-minute break. We're just before the state line for Pennsylvania. We got our next job through. We're just looking at it. So we're going over here to Martinsburg right now. And then we've got our next job over in West Virginia still. Over here for, it's a drop and hook, I think they've said, for just 9 o'clock in the morning. The put down time for now, yeah. It might not be a drop and hook actually, it might just be dropping at Ford though. At Monroe, which I think we've been to before, so we're just looking for our parking for tonight, so we're just going to be on the 79 pretty much, jump up back up to the 68, across on the outskirts of Morgantown. I'm just trying to find if there's anywhere for decent parking tonight. Probably need to go further south than that, to be fair. There's a Pilot. Where's that gone? Pilot. It's only small though, isn't it? That's not a big Pilot. But at least we're going to find somewhere decent for parking tonight. And we've got a load through for tomorrow, so that's perfect. Is that? There's nothing at that junction. So there's a lot of places where there's limited parking, to be fair. There are quite a few areas where there's just note. There's nothing there that pops up. Not going to be anything there. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of finding, I think, to see how far we can get and to see what parking there is available to us. Is that Pilot? That's the only thing we've really seen so far, isn't it? We're very limited, but yeah, we'll see. There's a travel centre there, but what's that? That's still part of the travel centre. It's got some truck parking, but never heard of it. I'd try and stop at a Pilot, a Love's, a TA, anything like that, but we're just not finding the note at the minute, and I think we might struggle to make it even this far down, to be honest. See, to see what our hours are going to look like once we get the trailer dropped. And there's just a truck parking area there. Continue on the road. And we're going to have an empty on, so you know, it ain't going to be that horrendously bad, but it seems to be a bit down here. What we got? A Pilot right next to a Walmart, and that's it. So there's another Pilot there, but how far down's that? Oh, that's a long way down. Yeah, I don't think we're making it that far. I think we'll be looking before Morgantown, to be honest. A bit best bet to look, but again, there's a little truck stop, but I don't think there's any parking. Yeah, it's a limited parking area around here where I am at the minute. You know, there's a welcome centre for West Virginia. That's the microwave just finished. And that's about it, because there ain't a great lot around there. So yeah, we're going to have a think about the parking tonight. See what I can come up with. But yeah, I'll go get something to eat quickly and we'll get on our way and see what we look like. We're just coming up to get off of the I-76 toll road through Pennsylvania. Following it for Baltimore, heading east. Yay-ish. It goes a bit east. More south on this road, and then we get onto the other road which goes straight east. But yeah, we're just slowing down for the bends. We have been this way before, to when we did Ford, and we picked up the load to go to Family Dollar out in Illinois, and then we got onto the Michelin loads from there. So we've been through here before. We're going to roughly have about 3.5 hours left driving when we get down here, because I'll put it on yard moving this job. We'll have roughly about that, so yeah, we're going to have to see where we get to. I think we're going to have to try that first pilot I've found. That's just about 2 hours and 20 away. That's probably going to be our best bet, to be fair. But no, we'll see. That's all we can do is wait and see and find out from there. Might go through one on far right this time because it looks a lot wider for trucks. We'll slow down 15 miles an hour, it says on the sign. We'll slow down to 15 so we can make sure it reads our tag.
In 2 miles, turn left onto I-70 East.
There we go, off of the toll road. But yeah, I think that's going to be best bet. We might have to pay for a reserve spot. There's 7 reserve spaces, but we can only see when we get there, can't we? We'll be there roughly about 5:30, which ain't the best, to be honest, but yeah, I think we're just going to have to try and wing this today to get parked up somewhere. There was that little rest area that I found where that's just trucks only. I think that's just past the pilot that I'm on about. So yeah, we're just gonna have to, we can't get in there, we're just gonna have to get back in the, well, just come back out, get back on the interstate and start heading down still. But I think we'll find somewhere eventually. It is limited parking in West Virginia though. It's really not the best. I have a feeling I need to be in the left lane coming around this bend because we need to come around a big hairpin loop. But we'll get back over because we're going to have to slow down anyway, I believe. What's this sign say?
Be in either of the 2 left lanes.
Yeah, east. And then, yeah, we'll come around the loop, then there's a little road going down. We'll get over then into the correct lane, but this is where we're looking at parking today. We're well, pushing us over, is that? Yeah, we've done 400 mile, we're still 64 mile to the job, but we're going to look at parking at this TA because it's fairly big, and yeah, we're just off the interstate, but yeah, we're just coming to 2 o'clock now. We'll just be parking up, and yeah, you know, we want to try and do a bit and do as much as we can, get as much mileage on the board. So yeah, we want to try and stay ahead on our jobs. So I need to get over one. There's a car there that's come up, who is coming over. They are going to let us in. There we go. And then yeah, we're in the correct lane now to get on the 70 towards Washington DC, Baltimore. So yeah, let me we'll get on the way. We're 64 mile away. It is saying
turn left
1 hour and 2 minutes. So perfect. Hey, made it on site to GM. Just dropped our trailer here in the middle of the yard. Which is perfectly fine by us, saves us trying to back it into a space, and this very end one is empty, so again, even better, perfect. I like it when it's easy. We've only been here about 10 minutes. You got to wear orange high vis here though, for some reason, so I ain't got one, so I've had to borrow one. It's not dropped low. Oh, it is, but we'll get it. We've got it. And straight in. Perfect. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this hooked up. And I'm going to put that back onto on duty. And yeah, we're going to figure out where to go park after this. So yeah, bear with me.
On the right,
we are out of that job. Fairly straightforward, really nice job to be honest. Really good. We do need the other lane when we're over this little intersection actually.
Take the exit.
Currently got us at
Right
parking at
to I-81
5:53,
North
which not fully ideal, but you know that is what it is. Yeah, we're 404 miles to the job currently, but I think we're going to be a bit less than that because it's trying to turn us round after we've been to the pilot and not just going us from there. So it'd be a bit longer than what we're thinking, but try and get over when someone's going to let us go. So I'm mad to think if you're going left, if you're going like north, you're going to be in the left lane, but it isn't here, it's in the right lane and just spirals round.
Take the exit on the
Got a
right
big gap
to
of traffic
I-81
coming up
North
to get over from. So yeah, we've only been about, I don't know, 15 minutes on site there, to be honest. So really not bad at all, which is what we want. We are happy at that. Just had another one of our trucks arriving when we left. And yeah, we're just over 2 hours away from parking, about 2 hours and 18 minutes. Yeah, it is what it is, really, innit? It is what it is. I can always stop short if need be. You know, if we find a proper truck parking area or something like that, we can look at just parking there and just starting that bit earlier in the morning. But I'd like to try and get the job off tomorrow, you see, as well. So, you know, if we can knock nearly 200 mile out tonight, it makes it doable tomorrow. Then we can't get over it a minute because we've been overtaken by a truck. Yeah, it just makes it more doable then, doesn't it? You know, if we could knock a bit of mileage off tonight or this evening towards there, but we'll see. No, that's all we can do really, is just see how we get on and see if we can get parked. If we can't get parked, then I don't know, we're just gonna have to think of something on the fly really and figure it out. So yeah, let's go see if we can get in and get parked. Hey, we're just on the I-68, 72 mile away from Morgantown. We've got a car sort of sat on our back bumper at the minute, as we're coming over the brow of the hill. Well, I'm coming over car because they're giving me they've been sat behind me the whole way and then they pulled out and they just sat on the back bumper. Yeah, just come through Cumberland. I did try to film it, but I just could not get my mic to connect for some reason. Just would not do it. I had to resync it again, but yeah, we've not been doing too bad. Some big hills out here, even we're slowing down empty. It's like we've not got much torque in the truck. I don't know what's happening with it, but you know, we're empty and we're slowing down at 50 mile an hour up some of the hills. I know these trucks don't like hills the best of time, but you'd have thought empty we'd be able to at least get 55 or something like that up it, but never mind. We're just about to head back. We're getting out of the busier areas now. We should be heading to the quieter roads soon again, and yeah, hopefully we can get a parking space. I'm hoping. We're still 320 miles away from the job currently, which is 5 hours and 7 minutes, but that's obviously getting off, and we'll call it 5 hours from the job. So it's still a long way to cover for the morning to get there for 9 o'clock, but I'm hoping if we can get here to this job, to this pilot and get parked, book off at 6, start at 4 in the morning, we should have about 4 hours-ish to do. See, we're struggling again up a hill to knock it down again. Just don't know what it's doing. It's just really struggling up the hills. You know, it is pretty steep, this hill, you know, but you just think empty truck, you know, with the power that these have got, we're about to pull an empty trailer. We're doing 58, we're not bad up this one. So we can live with that. We can live with that. So yeah, it's just twisty turny and hilly along here. So we've got a lot of hills to cover, so yeah, let's get on. Oh, we're getting some bad weather here. Because we're climbing and climbing and climbing. It's not so bad, it keeps going up and down the hills. What we at a minute, we're at 2,600 feet at the minute. Sort of right on the state line, just about probably 5 miles over there, if that, with Pennsylvania. And yeah, weather has turned from what we had earlier. It was 82 Fahrenheit when we were at the job, which is about, I think it's about 28 Celsius. Now we're at 56, which is like probably 9. So yeah, quite a contrast. Quite a contrast, but I'm feeling a bit optimistic about this route. I've seen 2 truck stops, Loves and a Pilot, that I didn't even know, I couldn't even see on this route so far. So with a bit of luck, there might be one in like 30 mile or something like that. Just this side of Morgantown, and we can try in there and see if we can get in. That'll be, that will be handy if we can do that. And yeah, then we've got the other one to fall back on then, and then have to see from there if we can't get in. But I think we should be alright. I'm probably just overthinking it like usual, but it's better to be cautious, isn't it, than get caught out. We keep catching a lot of trucks that are going slow, and they're on the flat. Actually, it could be slightly uphill the whole way, we don't really know here. No, it's not. I've passed this guy twice now. He'll fly past me again in a couple of minutes. Yeah, he's texting away on his phone. I'll fly past him again in a few, well, he'll fly past me again in a few minutes because he does about 75. And yeah, but oh well. He's not held us out, that's the main thing. So yeah, keep going with 293 miles to the job at the minute. It is saying 4 hours and 40 minutes. So yeah, and it says to keep a lookout for the wildlife, but I'm more looking out for the cars that ain't got the lights on and you can't see them through the spray. Well, we are just coming up to the Pilot. It's come to 3 minutes past 6. It hasn't stopped raining yet. I'm hoping we can either get one of the free spaces, or I'm going to just reserve it through the app. I ain't going in. I ain't getting out in this weather. It could take me a week to get dry, or to get truck dry anyway, because it'd be damp. I have got app loaded up, though we did stop about 10 minutes ago. There was a mandatory truck stop for to test the brakes before a big hill. I was the only one that pulled in light, but yeah, we stopped there, and I thought I'll fire app up, then it'll detect when we get there, and that'll tell us how many reserve spaces are free and all that lot. I'm hoping. So it's not picked it up yet, and it is other side of this fence, so might need to reload app when we get into the truck stop if we need it. If there's a free space, I'm getting in it. Hopefully it's a fairly simple one. Oh, that's a steep slip road coming down the way there. Very steep slip road. Glad we ain't got a load on. This car come in. Can't really see much for the well, that's a really bright F-150 that's just pulled out going the other way. Like high visibility yellow. Yeah, still not picked us up. Turning right. I've got a feeling if we do get in here, it ain't going to be level, is it? Just got that feeling it ain't going to be level. So up here. and look for the truck entrance. Truck entry ahead, second right. Don't look particularly great. One of ours in here. What's this guy doing?
Drive to highlighted route.
We ain't getting in here. I don't think we're getting in. Shoot. What's happening up here with these? Yeah, there's one of ours in 4738. We're 4728. Are these reserve spots? There's a truck in that one. These are reserved here. Let this guy get in. Let me get uploaded up. We're gonna have to pay. 4 spaces available to reserve. Yeah, that's correct. I'd like to pay. That one, select. $22, but I can go in and get a receipt, and then we're sorted for. I don't know if I need to move the cones or out, but we'll just put it in a space, and then we'll. I'll have to walk into the shop and see him. To be fair, I'm going to get it in between these two, I think. No, I'm not, because there's a cone there. We'll put it in next space where there's not a cone, and that'll have to be that. You know, we're lined up for it. There's 4 spaces available, so I'm putting it in a reserved. We ain't got time, we've got 54 minutes. I'm not messing. If I can get in a reserve space, I'm not messing about trying to find somewhere free. We're not that desperate, you know. You know, I'll phone up and I'll get PO number for it, and then we'll get it paid back. But it's the only option we had. No, only option we had. It's all we can do, innit? It is level though in here. I'll give them that. That's not bad. Watching out for. I need to go water back because there's a. I'll leave you here because there's a bank at the back, and we don't want to get stuck in it. We don't want to get buried in it, do we? I think we should be all right. That should be all right to just leave it at this. To be fair, you're not a million miles off. We can go back to a touch though. At least we'll get out in the morning. He's slightly leaning left. Is the truck park a little bit, but that's fine. I'll just sleep at the other side on the bed tonight, and then I won't be too bad in the morning. But we have made it! Yay! Put that onto on duty. So reserved. I'm sure it tells you to go in and see them. Actually, get an email about it usually as well. Yeah. When you arrive at the travel centre and before parking in your reserved space, please check in with a team member inside the store. Upon checking, a team member will provide you a parking tag and direct you to a parking space. Oh. Well, let me go and see him, and yeah, we've just parked, but it's what it is, isn't it? And we go see him, and we'll go get sorted. There we go. We've been and seen them to do it properly here. Most places you go in and say, "Oh, he told me to come in and see you." They don't want to know, but. And I can get my tape out of the packet, I will do. They give you a Yeah, they give you a ticket to put in the window for when you're meant, for how long you've been here. And yeah, they're meant to do it at all of them, but they don't. They're not bothered at most of them. That's why they've got these cones out. So, you know, it shows that it is proper reserved parking. You know, but like I say, we needed a space. When we got a space, we had to put it in reserve parking tonight. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we can get out easy in the morning. That is for sure. It's taped. It's taping easy. It's proper Gorilla tape to get out. There we go. Nearly. So yeah, we're 238-ish mile away. Bit less, I think, actually. From the job, it's 3 hours 50. It's booked. We've got 9 o'clock on ours to get there for. So yeah, I am. So we try and get this on. Don't do too much at once. A minute. So it's just to stick it to the window. With it being Gorilla tape, may never get it off. I'll put that there, so it's lowish down. We've got dog next door going. On glass. I wonder how many times dog's been through glass in that truck. But yeah, we've got a nice place to get out of in the morning. We've got the proper sticker in now, so we are set for the night. We can just dog's still going crazy. Yeah, we can relax now. So yeah, 3 hours 50. So if we start at 4, well, 4:15. We're just booked off now at 6:15. 5, 6. So that's 7. So 7:15. No, 8:15. Yeah, we'll have 10 off tonight. We'll start at 4:15 in the morning and get on our merry way. So yeah, I'm gonna get off and stop rambling and end this video. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.